What if a text, older than the New Testament manuscripts you know best, described a Son of Man seated on a throne of glory, judging kings and rescuing the righteous long before the Gospels were written? Welcome to the Book of Parables, the most mysterious vision in Book of Enoch. In this episode, we're diving into the Book of Parables, also called the Similitudes of Enoch, chapters 37 through 71 of the Ethiopic Book of Enoch. This is a visionary apocalyptic work with cosmic courtrooms, heavenly thrones, and a messianic figure called the Elect One, the Righteous One, the Son of Man. We'll unpack its origins, its three great parables, its fierce critique of unjust power, and why it still matters for readers of the Bible, history buffs, and anyone who loves ancient mysteries. If you're into lost books, ancient Judaism, or the roots of apocalyptic imagination, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Let's enter the throne room. First, the big picture. 1 Enoch isn't a single book, it's a library under one cover. It survives in Ge'ez, the liturgical language of the Ethiopian Church, with fragments in other languages for many sections. The Book of Parables is one of the major parts. 1 Enoch 37-71. In these pages, Enoch, the seventh from Adam, becomes a tour guide of heaven and history. He witnesses councils of angels, the fate of rebellious powers, and the unfolding of divine judgment. The parables stand apart. They're more explicitly focused on a messianic judge, called the Son of Man, than any other section. That's why this book has electrified scholars and readers alike. It seems to present, in an early Jewish voice, a transcendent figure who will vindicate the righteous and topple arrogant rulers. Whether you read this as theology, literature, or cultural memory, the Book of Parables is a thunderclap. Now, the detective work. Who wrote the parables and when? We don't have the author's name, as with much ancient apocalyptic, it's pseudonymous, written in the voice of Enoch to deliver heavenly insight with prophetic authority. Unlike other parts of 1 Enoch, the Book of Parables hasn't turned up among the Dead Sea Scrolls. That silence provokes debate. Some argue it was composed later, perhaps near the turn of the era. Others suggest Qumran's silence is a quirk of survival, not proof of lateness. Either way, the parables speak the language of late Second Temple Judaism, angelic councils, heavenly books, cosmic justice, and sharp critique of corrupt elites. Here's the takeaway. The parables exist at the crossroads where Jewish apocalyptic, messianic hope, and moral protest meet. It's a text born of injustice and yearning, where heaven's courtroom judges earth's empires. The text is organized around three visionary parables, really three sweeping revelations. Each parable unfolds like a chamber of a heavenly palace. Doors open. Enoch sees cosmic records, river of fire throne rooms, and a figure who bears many titles. Elect One, Righteous One, Son of Man. The arc is consistent. The humble are vindicated, the proud are unmasked, and the universe itself becomes a courtroom. The first parable opens with thunder. The world is unstable, violence is real, and yet a judgment is appointed. The heroes? Not the kings, nor the mighty, but the righteous and the chosen, The Book of Parables relishes contrast: human pride versus divine patience, earthly power versus heavenly authority. Enoch witnesses a time when the masks come off. The kings and the mighty, a stock phrase for exploitative elites, are summoned before the Ancient of Days. Their palaces, built on violence, can't stand in the light of the throne. Then a figure appears. He is like a human being, Son of Man, yet he radiates a preordained authority. He is called the Elect One, chosen from before the world's foundation to embody God's justice. He doesn't conquer by sword, but by verdict. The proud collapse not because he slaughters them, but because their own deeds testify against them. The parables insist the world is moral to its roots, and that morality will be enforced. In a world where power often feels unaccountable, the first parable is a promise. No deed is forgotten. No cry for justice disappears. The books are open. The court is in session. If the first parable hints, the second parable announces. Here, the Son of Man steps into focus as a preeminent judge and shepherd of souls. He's portrayed as both revealed and reserved, hidden with God, then unveiled at the appointed time. Judgment in the parables is not mindless wrath. It's moral calibration. The Son of Man vindicates those trampled underfoot and confronts beings, human and angelic, who seeded violence and idolatry. The text remembers the old story of heavenly rebels and their earthly fallout. It is as if the author looks at history's wreckage and says, "The wound is deeper than politics. Healing will be deeper than politics too." A central emphasis is mercy for the righteous, those who clung to goodness when it wasn't profitable. The Son of Man is the lamp by which their path is seen clearly. He is, in the parable's poetic language, the one in whom dwells righteousness. He is no mere warrior king, he's a mirror of divine character. A striking feature of the second parable is its universal reach. The court isn't provincial. Kings, nobles, nations, even spiritual powers face scrutiny. The parables insist that history is not an endless loop. It's a story with an ending, and the ending belongs to the righteous. The third parable is the most mystical. Enoch traverses spaces where language stretches thin, chambers of light, the presence of the Ancient of Days, the bestowal of a name. In apocalyptic literature, names are power, identity, mission. To receive a name from on high is to be commissioned. Enoch beholds the Ancient of Days, a title that evokes timeless sovereignty, and nearby, the chosen Son of Man. These are not equals. The text reverberates with monotheistic awe. God is the source, the judge of all, the fountain of life. Yet the Son of Man shares in that judicial and salvific work, seated, revealed, radiant. The effect is dramatic. Divine holiness illuminating human destiny. The righteous who suffered are honored. The wicked who profited from violence are unmasked. The parables relentlessly target exploitation, what they call the arrogance of the kings and the mighty. The third parable reads like a moral X-ray. Wealth without justice is a skeleton. Empires built on blood are fog. Only righteousness endures. By the end of the third parable, Enoch's visions crescendo. He has seen the book of life, the hidden storehouses, the chambers of souls awaiting mercy, and the final disclosure of the Son of Man's office. The world's secret architecture is moral. History's true north is justice. The last word is blessing. Let's pause on the titles. The Book of Parables applies a cluster of names to one figure: the Son of Man, the Elect One, the Righteous One, the Chosen. Titles aren't just labels, they're lenses. In Jewish apocalyptic tradition, Son of Man evokes both humanity and transcendent authority, echoing Danielic imagery of a human-like figure receiving dominion. In the parables, this figure sits in judgment, brings light to the nations, and secures the fate of the righteous. Whether you read him as a distinct messianic agent or as a literary personification of divine justice, the text treats him as the hinge of history. This is why the Book of Parables matters. It offers a Jewish voice articulating a messianic judge who corrects history's asymmetries. It's more than prediction. It's protest, poetry, and hope in the language of Revelation. The parables don't only condemn bad people, they condemn a system of extraction, a way of life where power devours the weak. The stock phrase, kings and the mighty, represents institutional injustice, palaces built on unpaid tears. In this worldview, judgment is not a tantrum, it's geometry. Society has bent out of true. The Son of Man is the carpenter's square. When the line of righteousness is laid across the world, you see where the beams warp and where the frame holds. Why does that matter today? Because it answers a permanent human ache. Does what we do matter? The parables say yes. Hidden righteousness is not wasted. Every act of predation is an IOU that the universe will collect. That claim, terrifying and consoling in equal measure, explains the book's staying power. Enoch himself is a lesson. He's not a conqueror, but a witness. He writes, watches, weeps, and learns. He receives secrets and bears responsibility for them. In apocalyptic literature, seeing is a vocation. Enoch's visions aren't private entertainment, they're public trust. He must speak, not to sensationalize, but to warn and console. Warn the powerful drunk on their own image, and console the crushed who wonder if heaven sees. Reading the parables today can renew that vocation. To see truth is to accept obligation. If justice is the universe's load-bearing beam, then aligning with it isn't optional. It's survival. The Book of Parables declares, learn the line now so the final measurement won't break you. Not everything in the parables is simple. Scholars wrestle with dating, with how to read the Son of Man, distinct agent or literary office, with how the parables relate to other ENOCHIC sections and to broader ancient traditions. These aren't trivial debates. They help us hear the text in its own accent. But even across disputes, the core melody remains audible. A moral cosmos, a chosen judge, a final reckoning, a blessing for those who kept faith. Strip away the ancient idiom and you'll find a startlingly modern heartbeat. The parables speak to Here, hope is not optimism. It's fidelity to a reality deeper than headlines. The world is wired for justice. That's why the righteous are called blessed. Not because life was easy, but because their direction matched the grain of the universe. If you want to sit with this text yourself, here's a simple approach. Remember that apocalyptic is symbolic. Don't flatten images. Let them resonate. Ask what the picture does, not just what it means. And let the text read you. If the parables are right, we're all already in a courtroom of sorts. The question is not if judgment will fall, but where mercy will land. The parables are not escapism. They're exposure. They reveal how our world looks under ultimate light. They protect the vulnerable with the power of vision and warn the powerful with the honesty of judgment. The parables are not escapism. They're exposure. They reveal how our world looks under ultimate light. They protect the vulnerable with the power of vision and warn the powerful with the honesty of judgment. The parables are not escapism. They're exposure. They reveal how our world looks under ultimate light. They protect the vulnerable with the power of vision and warn the powerful with the honesty of judgment. The parables are not escapism. They're exposure. They reveal how our world looks under ultimate light. They protect the vulnerable with the power of vision and warn the powerful with the honesty of judgment. The parables are not escapism. They're exposure. They reveal how our world looks under ultimate light. They protect the vulnerable with the power of vision and warn the powerful with the honesty of judgment. The parables are not escapism. They're exposure. They reveal how our world looks under ultimate light. They protect the vulnerable with the power of vision and warn the powerful with the honesty of judgment. 3 takeaways I carry after sitting with this book. You don't have to decode every symbol to be changed by this book. Let its world shape your questions. What am I building? Whom does it bless? If my deeds were read aloud, would I be relieved or terrified? Lightning round. At the heart of the Book of Parables is a window, a view into a moral universe where light is law, and law is love for what is right. The Son of Man sits, not to hoard power, but to return the world to true. May we live by that line. If this journey into Enoch's Book of Parables lit a spark, tap like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves ancient texts and big ideas. Drop your questions below, especially the ones that keep you up at night. Next time, we'll explore another forgotten corner of the ancient imagination.